really do live in such a beautiful country. Hey everyone, and welcome to a jammed-packed episode. We've got so much cool things to show you in this one. We take you from an awesome coastal waterfront campsite that's just $10 a night and into the big smoke of Tauranga. We catch fish, we check out some impressive waterfalls, we got masses of eels, we're even being filmed by Chris the camera guy. Beautiful evenings on the beach, and of course cooking up some of the fresh fish that we caught off the beach. We also got a new gadget for our caravan that I think other caravanners will be interested in. But if you're new here, we are the Leopard family, and I'm Mike. We've got Soph, Jade, Riley and Toby, and we live in our caravan adventuring far and wide and having lots of fun, most of the time. Sometimes it looks like this outside, which isn't so fun, but we love to show you the highs and the lows because this definitely isn't the lifestyle for everyone, but for now it's perfect for us. But we've given you a taste of what's to come in this video, so let's go back to the start.
G'day everyone, well for us it's been 3 weeks really since there's been much video recording going on. We've spent Easter with my family, we stayed with some friends down in Dannevirke, and we've been at Otamarakau for about 2 weeks, catching up with mates, doing a horrible repair on our roof at our house which is rented out. We also had a bunch of trees cut down. It's been quite a full-on time. I was trying to catch up on some editing and I've fallen even further behind, which isn't good. But today we're headed off to the coast, and we're looking forward to being at the beach in the Bay of Plenty area, and hopefully the sun's going to stay shining, the wind's going to stay away, and we'll be able to go and do a bit of drone fishing, exploring and relaxing. So we're about to hook up the caravan and head on out of here. So let's go. And Soph, she's a bit of a legend. I'm always raving about how hearty she is. Done her 8th week in a row riding 100 kilometres, and it's been a bit of a hard weekend because she's been spending too much time hanging out with mates this week, so she had to do
priorities.
She had 83 k's to ride in the last 2 days, so pretty good effort. How you feeling, Soph?
Oh, I loved yesterday's ride. I did the forest loop in the Whakaweta forest, and that was amazing. Loved it. But that was 50 k's, and I had to back it up with another 30 today. But yay!
Alright, I think there's a nice cold beer in the fridge for when we get to the beach.
When the sea changes blowing in a far cry home again, when the road winds around the bend, I'm never too far, never too far. When you're lost, babe, when you feel the dark,
we have arrived. It's quite windy, but we'll find where we want to park up and set ourselves up.
So we're camping at Otamarakau, a private campsite charging $10 a night, which is cheap, and you do have to put up with the 6 or 7 trains coming through at any time of the day or night.
Let's go have a look at the beach.
Whoa! Definitely keen on doing a bit of fishing while we're here. The sea's actually really flat out there. It's just that wind's still a bit windy for maybe for drone fishing, but maybe tomorrow. I'm just going to charge the batteries up. Eru sent me a new car charger, or a 12-volt cigarette socket charging system, so that makes it a bit easier in the caravan. Otherwise I have to use either the inverter, or you have to charge with the EcoFlow using the inverter on that. So that makes it a bit easier. You can just plug it into the cigarette socket and away it goes. Alright, these drone batteries are charged. I'm going to go out and try my luck with fishing. I've just been using these prawns as bait, which is, they're so much more affordable, eh? $4.06 for like a tray of proper prawns with still the shell on, which is pretty good for fish that like eating like crustaceans. So that's snapper, rig, pretty good eating fish. So I just take a couple of those out because Soph won't let me keep fish bait in the caravan anyway, but I can have these. So we'll use these, that way everyone wins.
I wasn't going to fish today because of the wind, but it settled right down and I thought let's set up and give it a go. Eru Drone sponsored me this drone back in November and it's been so helpful for getting the fishing line out way further than I could ever cast. I could easily take my line 1 or 2 kilometers out if I had enough line on my reel, but 300 meters is about as far as I normally go. The good thing is that this trip we were going to have success.
We are on, there's something decent on that rod. What is it, Toby? Is it hard? Nearly pulling you in.
It's big. It's a big snapper. Wow, that's big. That is a big snapper.
Oh, that is a good one. We've been waiting so long to catch a decent snapper, so I don't think we've caught a snapper since we were in Northland last year. So pretty happy to get a good eating one that'll feed all of us. Yum.
I find I get really greedy when I catch a fish. I just want to catch more. So we were straight back into the next flight. But that snapper was a biggie for us, 54 centimeters and legal size is 30. We'd get 2 meals out of it, but what a stunning evening to be down on the beach.
I've seen it. We've grown accustomed to these stones, but life is more than shadow shows. I'm over it. It's darker when the fire dies, but only covered by your eyes. It's not too late. I'll dig a hole, run away, anything but what they say.
Cool, well I measured up the snapper, it's 54 centimeters. That's a pretty decent sized snapper for me. 30 centimeters or 27, I think it's 30 centimeters is the legal limit, so it has to be over 30. And yeah, 54, pretty good. Cool, well we're going to use some of that snapper tonight to make a Thai green curry. We were going to have a chicken curry, so we defrosted that, but that can just go in the fridge because I want to catch heaps of snapper and I want to use up some of what we caught tonight. So hopefully we'll be able to catch some more tomorrow. And the chicken, or maybe we'll just have to make chicken burgers for lunch one day and we'll just hopefully be able to keep eating snapper every day. Alright, well I've prepared a bunch of vegetables and we'll fry them off, add some green Thai curry and chuck that snapper in. And that'll be our dinner with a bit of rice, yum. Looking forward to some nice fresh healthy vegetables.
I usually use about half a jar. They're pretty full of flavour and some people prefer to cook the flavouring first with some oil or coconut cream, but I just add it later. Once it's all stirred through, I add a couple of cans of coconut cream, the fresh snapper, mushrooms and loads of coriander because we love it.
Oh my gosh.
Sweet, well that looks like a pretty tasty dinner. It's our first time having dinner in the caravan since before Easter, which was quite a long time ago. It's the 4th of May since we last had a meal in here, so weeks. Good kids? Was it yum?
Yum. Thanks, Dad.
So we had a bit of a chilly night last night, 2 degrees, cold for up here for early May. But today marked 3 days of full-on filming from Chris, who is making 5 short documentaries on 5 different families and how they use Takuta for their situation or schooling. This was pretty intense for the kids and interesting to see how much goes on into some of these more professional shots. You also feel quite vulnerable with someone else having all these clips. But Chris was a great and friendly guy, and we'll look forward to sharing what he makes in the future. Most likely over on Facebook though.
We're gonna go send this to the eels.
They like meat, eh?
Yes, love it.
Put one in the middle.
This has got to be the most concentrated amount of eels I've ever seen. There's a sign saying not to feed them fish frames and bones, so we just used a bit of kahawai fillets we had left over from fishing bait.
Some people are grossed out by eels, but I love watching them. Do you like eels, or do you think they are scary?
We had 4 days here where the weather was perfect. I spent a lot of time fishing at the beach. The conditions were so good and warm, and we were catching fish nearly every cast or drop or flight, but mostly undersized. But such a privilege that midweek we can be out here doing this.
It's amazing just how calm the ocean is. It's so very flat. No waves at all. It's awesome. Okay, we're onto something, feels like a snapper. First cast again, which is awesome. Sweet. Nice little rig shark, that'll be some good lunch or dinner.
We definitely ate our fill on fish while we were out here, and it was so good.
Hey everyone, you know I don't often promote products, but we've been sent these tyre pressure monitor system from Clem at Performance Mechanical and Engineering in Taupō. So I thought that was actually a really useful product because you just put these little screw-on caps onto your tyres and it tells you what the tyre pressure monitor, what the tyre pressures are at, what the temperatures of the wheels are at. So it means that if you're braking down a big hill, you're going to get some alarms if your wheels are getting too hot, and also just what your tyre pressures are doing if you're going to, you know, because I'm towing a tandem axle Caravan, if one of the tyres has got a slow leak and it's about to bust or something like that, it's going to send us an alert and an alarm. So I'm just about to chuck them on and we'll use them for tomorrow for our trip to Tauranga.
So each sensor comes paired to the appropriate tyre, that way it registers properly on the little dash display screen. It's as easy as taking off the inflator cap and screwing the new sensor on. Has a little cover to protect it, and away it goes. Very straightforward.
Just charged up the little device there, which rotates itself between the Caravan and the truck, so you can see the tyre pressures, the heat temperatures, and yeah, so it's good. Cool, well that was a good 4 nights here. Fun to be at the beach and do a whole lot of fishing and to actually catch something. That's pretty exciting. But from this awesome little $10 a night spot, we're heading into the Tauranga Tourist Park. Family that travelled full time last year that we camped with quite a few times. The Kervilles, they actually manage or own the Tauranga Tourist Holiday Park, so they've invited us to come and stay at their camp. So we're going to go there and plug into power. We've got a couple of days of rain ahead of us and looking forward to catching up with them. They've got a 9-year-old boy named Liam as well, so Toby and Liam had a ball hanging out exploring and doing all the rough and tumble and exploring kind of stuff that Toby likes to do. So we have a good time over there. We'll show you when we get there. As we're driving along, we should see the tyre pressures probably increase and the temperatures. You know, if you've been here for a while, you know I get a bit stressed about towing and getting hot brakes, and it's going to be nice to be able to actually see really what's happening with the tyres while we're driving.
Great little product. I'll put a link below if it's something you're interested in, but otherwise this rain was getting pretty heavy.
So this is a bit of a different camping spot for us. Normally we're out in the wild, but this is in town. So, well, we wanted to catch up with our mates, and Dad's come and joined us here. So it's easy for Dad. If there's some like accommodation, then he can stay and see the grandkids. So it's raining. We're probably going to bunker down for a bit. It's good to put the awning out. It just helps keep the front of the caravan from getting too muddy, and stops stuff coming in to the caravan.
Well, it just rained and rained and rained.
Well everyone, it's a pretty horrible day out there today. So I'm sitting down with a coffee doing a bit of editing. The girls are over with my dad, so he's booked a cabin here at the Tauranga Tourist Park, which is great because then he can come along too. They let you have dogs here too. It's a big thing, he won't go anywhere without his dog, so it's good that the dog can come. But we also borrowed a slow cooker off Daniel and Kerri so that we can make this leg of lamb that Dad brought for us. So it doesn't fit in our caravan freezer, so we have to eat it now. So this is where Dad's hanging out. It's got this cabin, queen bed and a single bed, kitchen area and a bathroom. 130 bucks a night's not too bad either. Big shower.
And the kids were over in the lounge area reading some books, so we've decided to play a bit of a game of snakes and ladders.
Alright, the slow cooker has done a great job of like tenderizing all of this meat and veggies. Delish.
You can't really beat a nice hot meat stew on a cold rainy day, and thankfully the sun would be out tomorrow.
Hello everyone, a beautiful day here today. We were at the mountain yesterday, did a walk around the mount. I completely forgot to take the GoPro, brought it with me in the truck. I think I was a bit frazzled with the amount of people out and about. But today we're going to go to a spot called the Kaiata Falls. It's been recommended by Dan, our mate here at the holiday camp, and we'll go and see what kind of waterfalls. Apparently there's some cascading ones and then a bigger dropped one, so it should be good. Lovely day, nice and hot too.
When the sea changes blowing in, and a far cry home again, when the road winds around the bend, I'm never too far, never too far. When you're lost, babe, and you feel the dark, you wanna catch fire.
Before we start this walk, which was way more impressive than I was expecting, it is a 1 kilometre downhill track and then a 1 kilometre back up, although you know I love a good loop track.
One of the things that's quite good about New Zealand is you can be in a busy city, but you only have to go usually 10-15 minutes out and you're back out into some pretty cool wild places. Go for a swim. Go for a swim, guys. Get in. Get in there, Liam.
Never too far. Wanna twist fate and storm the night. Gonna string up the stars and show you the light. But I'm coming home on the edge of goodbye. Never too far. Never too far.
Another pretty big, impressive waterfall. We've gone down a lot of stairs. We have a lot of stairs to go back up.
This was about halfway up the stairs, so we needed a little cool down after all of that. We thought this was such a cool area and so close to town. But we went back to camp for a stunning evening, and it's been nice to be on a powered site and having all the facilities for several days. But we'll leave this episode here, team. And if you've made it this far, thanks so much for sticking around. And if you write us a comment or give this video a like, that helps out our channel. But until next time, have a good one.